Hey guys, how's it going? My name is of course CatmanJoe and welcome back to another 7 Days to Die command console tutorial on my channel. Today I'll be teaching you a couple of commands that will let you not only kick players from your worlds or servers, but also ban them permanently. These commands can be useful for world or server owners who want to either warn certain bad sport players by kicking them or just by banning them entirely. So getting into it, presuming you're already in a world and have the debug menu enabled, we will just type in the command console kick followed by the player ID. Now if you don't know how to get player IDs, just type list players and hit enter and you should see a response showing the ID after the equal symbol. Usually it's a 3-digit number, but just take note of that. So now going back to kicking the person you want out of the game, you'll just type kick followed by the player's ID. Then if you want, you can type a custom message the person will see once they are kicked. So if you want, you could explain the reason why the person was kicked, but to do this, you'll need to first put your message between quotation marks so it looks just like this. To show you the perspective of someone who has been kicked and what they'll see, I've joined Ree's world, and what she's going to do is she's going to kick me and give me a reason for doing so. And as you can see, this is what it looks like here. Now moving on, let's cover how to ban players from your world or server. Since kicking players doesn't always help teach certain players a lesson, sometimes your only option is to ban them, and to do this you're just going to need to open the command console area and type ban, then a space, then the word add, and then another space and the player's ID. Like before, if you don't know what the player's ID is, you can just type list players to get their ID. But once we've got their ID added to the actual ban space add space ID list area, what we're going to do is we're just going to add the duration we want to ban them for. Now with this, you have got 6 different options, which are minute, hour, day, week, month, or year. So if you want to ban a player for say 5 minutes, you just type the number 5, then a space, and then the word minute. And then if you want to ban a player for say 1 year, you just type the number 1, then a space, then the word a year. From here you can just hit enter and it will ban the player immediately, or if you want you can decide to add a custom ban message that the player will see once they are banned. So to do this you can just obviously type your message between quotation marks so it looks like this. Now finally, let's cover how to unban someone from your world or server. To do this we'll just need to type ban and then a space, then the word remove, then another space, then the player's ID. But since they aren't in the game, you can't find their ID using the list players command, so what do? Well, instead of typing their ID, we'll remove the word remove and replace it with the word list, which will bring up a list of all the banned players from your world or server and the reasons they were banned. From here you can find the person and their specific ID, which will most likely be something like EOS, underscore, and then a bunch of numbers and letters. Now to unban the person, we'll just type ban space remove space then their specific ID, which like I mentioned is a long ID, which of course might be a bit of a pain to type out, but once you've typed it and hit enter, the person is officially unbanned. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of this tutorial. Thank you all so much for watching it. If you did go to enjoy it, please be sure to share it with your friends, drop a like, and if you have any questions or issues, leave a comment and I'll respond as soon as possible. Also be sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell to stay notified for when I release another episode of the command console tutorial series on my channel. Other than that guys, thank you all so much for watching and hopefully I'll see you in the next tutorial.